Right, I don't think I'm staying in Ghana for Detty December. Right, just listen to the name. What does the name say to you? Detty December. Right, you see, this is the problem. This is the problem we have. Look, the problem is not about Detty December, right? The problem is the mindset, right? The mindset, right? People travel to countries based on, you know, their intention of going there, right? People just go and they despite their way style of living in the United States, you know, they sometimes forgetting that at least, you know, they should consider the fact that they live in an entire different country altogether. Just imagine me, right? I come to the United States and then I go to some place in New York, right? I know that, for example, there are some places that you wouldn't recommend me to go and walk there at 8 p.m. I can do that here, I can do that over there. So I go there and I start walking around. Somebody stole my phone and I come on the internet and I say, guys, I'm not going back to the United States again because they stole my phone. I mean, just look at that. Isn't that creepy? Right, the thing is that, I don't know, right? I don't know. But I'm gonna show you guys today some few videos. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, my name is Henry and I talk about, you know, everything that has to do with traveling. But mind you, I'm a Ghanaian myself. Most of our African Americans go to Ghana, you know, some goes to live there, make some businesses there. But then we have others also, their trip isn't going well at all.
This is my second time getting my phone taken. And you know, last time it was in the club, they went in my purse, yeah. But the fact that you fought me in the car and violate, like you literally, I don't feel right. I don't want to be in Ghana anymore because like this is crazy. And this is exactly why I always have a fucking burner phone, because you dumb, you took the fucked up phone once again. Yeah, I don't think I'm staying for the full Detty December. I don't think Ghana's not seeing me anymore. I'm over it. I'm over it. I try. But I'm over it. Like, some things here just won't change.
Playing about things that has been happening to them. But in my own investigation, what I realized is that when I see a lot of African Americans in Ghana, you know, even I have seen, because, you know, most of them, when they go to Ghana, they make videos. They make videos for people to watch. They make videos about the experiences. And of course, most people give very good experiences and stuff. But others also have their own drama going on. I can tell you, I don't even know what to say about that. But very recently, there was this girl that went to Ghana, a South African American, and according to her, even her trip that she made to Ghana was paid for.
I don't know if anyone cares, but I'm on my first completely paid for trip just to make content. Flight, stay, per diem costs, everything covered. And I'm just so thankful. Hallelujah. Keep posting y'all videos.
But then she went to Ghana and then she said that, you know, she was kidnapped by the Ghana police. And this was a big deal, you know, it was a big deal. Later they find out that actually it wasn't true. That actually she's been paid to come to the social media and say some of the things that she said.
Last night I was kidnapped and robbed by the police in Ghana. I was kidnapped by 3 masked police officers. They covered their license plate. They didn't have name badges on. They completely covered their face. And as soon as they decided they wanted to take us, they took our phones and my camera.
Okay, so here are a few reasons why this story is capped in so many ways. And then I can even give you a scenario how the story could be real and why she's capping. First, the reason the story could be real is there is a possibility where she and her friend was some bullshit. They had something in the car, whatever. The cops pulled them over. Now a Ghanaian cop will ask for their share now. They will ask for a coin. Cop asked for something. They said, we don't have it, but we can get it from the ATM. The cop said, bet, we'll drive you there. That's a real possibility.
$150 is nothing. They don't know that, but
they don't. Number one, though, you said you got dollars, $150 to be exact, from the ATM. Beloved, no ATM in Ghana is spitting out dollars. So already you got me fucked up there. And then you say the cop doesn't know that, though, so like you got one up on him. There's one thing I can assure you of, and if you don't believe anything, believe this. A Ghanaian, an African in general, typically a Ghanaian and Nigerian, we're gonna know a Forex, okay? A Ghanaian man, an African man, a Nigerian man, they're gonna know a conversion rate. If they can do shit else for you, you can at least be guaranteed they know what the Forex rate were yesterday, today, what it will be tomorrow. They can predict that shit. So you're trying to say they don't know exactly what $150 mean, you're already capping. You already pissed me off. Whether or not you handed it to them in dollars, which you couldn't have because the ATMs doesn't have dollars, or you gave it to them in cities and you're trying to say they don't know the conversion rate, you got me fucked up. A child walking the streets in Ghana can tell you today that $1 is like 11 cedis and some change, down to the fucking peswa. They could tell you. So you already got me fucked up there.
This was the most nonsense.
Another thing, you said nonsense. The way you said nonsense already let me know you're some type of African. Not Ghanaian though, because no Ghanaian would do this about their own country. So let's figure out where you're from. Americans don't really have nonsense in their vocabulary. They might say nonsense, but bullshit they would sooner say bullshit, right? But even if they're gonna say nonsense, it's probably just once or not at all. You repeating nonsense twice, definitely an African move. So where are you from? And who sent you? Another thing, when you were done, they just let you take a Lyft, a Uber, or whatever, and you left? Like I said, there is the possibility that this happened, but it's not happening the way you're telling it. Like I said, you and your friend were on some bullshit. You look like you were a little up there in the clouds. You did a little gardening. They probably smelled the gardening on you. They were like, yeah, you got to pay your share. Because they would sooner take a little share from you than send you to jail. They don't want to do that paperwork. So either tell the real story or back the fuck up away from this concoction that you've come up with.
When they pulled up at an ATM and they told me, take out as much as you can. Do I look like I'm fucking dumb?
Yes, you do.
So at the ATM, I told them like that, like obviously they couldn't go with me into the ATM. I went to tell the bank people that I like was not good, but they still had my phone and my camera and the person that I was with. So I took some money out. I took out like $150 US dollars,
And I think you forgot, you told us it was nighttime. Then all of a sudden you said when you went to the bank, you didn't know what to tell the bank workers because you didn't. Ma'am, the banks are closing at 4:30 and 5 in Ghana. So what do you mean nighttime? And what do you mean you didn't know what to tell the bank employees? The lies, baby, the lies.
If you disagree with me about anything, I will suggest for you to just share your thoughts on the comment section. You went there for the Dirty December. I don't even think that she stayed there for the Dirty December to happen. I mean, just after making that video and she was wanted, she just disappeared. I don't know if she's been caught or something, but I realized that they were looking for her. But Ghana is, our laws do works. Our law do works. And, we take things that comes on the social media very seriously. So when you come out to make an allegation about our police officers and, our intelligence and, our security personnel, in Ghana, sometimes they also know that they are some bad ones. So you saying this, we want you to help us to find those bad ones. So if that happened to you, you can just say something and just walk away. You just have to come and explain yourself a little bit and help them to be able to trace those who have come to mingle themselves with the security enforcement theme and things, so they can be able to get rid of those people, but not necessarily that they're looking for her. And of course, if what she said wasn't true, she will have to explain it. Funny thing for me when it comes to the African Americans living in Ghana, or the African Americans that goes to Ghana, and excuse me to say, this is not about being racial something or skin color. I had to do with skin color, but also talk about the white people that also go to Ghana. But I realized that most African Americans go to Ghana because they read a lot of history about the slavery things and stuff, and when they go to Ghana, basically they want to able to feel at home. That's first of all, and also get more inside of the story when it comes to the slave trade. And so mostly go to Cape Coast, Aluminium Castles and stuff to really get the history about exactly what went on. Of the African Americans, when they go to Ghana, they want to live their life as they used to live in Florida or in the US, in a way that they still want to come and chill, they still want to come and party. trying to wear something to feel part of the community. They're always usually wearing all the stuff that they usually wearing in the States and things. But the strange part is trying to feel like you're part of the community, trying to feel like you're part of the society. The only ones I saw, you'll be shocked, are the whites. Are the whites that actually coming to Ghana not to live, but even to stay for just a short period? And you see how they dress. Those going for a funeral, those cooking, those carrying water on their head. I'm not saying come to my country and carry water. You don't have to. It's like what we call integration, right? Integration, because most of these people have come to Ghana, even got their nationality, got the Ghana citizenship and things, but they what baffles me a little bit, maybe this is just my opinion. Sure, I think the most important is also to try and learn a bit of their language. They don't expect you to speak it, because in Ghana they speak English anyway. Obviously, sometimes you may find yourself in some places, rural places, that they may not be able to speak fluent English with you, but majority of Ghanaians do speak English. So it's quite nice that you try to learn the Ghana language. I mean, we have a couple of languages, but most common ones are Chi and Ga. These girls, African Americans, that came to Ghana, and you can see they're still kind of into the vibe of living in Florida or living in a club in New York or living in a club somewhere, right? And you can see that they're enjoying what they're doing, which is great. They're not paying attention to the surroundings, right? Now, this same person will come to the social media, and what's going to tell you is that, oh, I've been to Ghana and they stole my phone. What? You went to the club to do your own shit, excuse my language, and then you come back to the internet and just say that, oh, the whole entire Ghana stole your one phone. A white woman cooking Ghanaian food, eating like a Ghanaian, doing everything as a Ghanaian, and the thing is that it's just interesting to watch. It's just amazing to watch. You see, when Ghanaians, when we see that there's a foreigner who come to adapt. Last few days I was watching one video of one blogger or something, and he's an African American, and she's a lady, and to the fact that this lady is talking about, she's advising those African Americans who want to go to Ghana, right? And then that she already been there, and she's telling people that what they should expect when they go to Ghana. And I was listening on YouTube, and I was listening, and this woman is even talking about when you go to Ghana and they live in a hotel, and if you want to take a shower at the hotel, make sure the water doesn't go to your head, doesn't go to your whole entire body. And then when you're bathing, when you're in the shower, you just have to do your head like that, and the water just like that. I said, what the fuck? What she's talking about? I mean, if the water would go over your body, what's going to happen? Just tell me what's going to happen. I mean, it's like, and also she talked about going to Ghana and how she went to see her doctor. African food is not good for for the African Americans living in the US, their belly. I mean, you're kidding me? You see how a white man in Ghana eating? Look how the white man in Ghana eating. Right? Even he thinks the food is okay for his belly, even though none of the family or even a generation, the whole entire generation of his family do come from Africa. Your roots are from Africa. You telling me the Ghanaian food is not good for your belly because that's what your doctor told you. I just don't get it. Because of that, when she went to Ghana, She would have loved to eat a lot of food, because a lot of food was so amazing, but her doctor said that she shouldn't eat the Ghanaian food and things. She have to be careful. So she was eating boiled food at a hotel. I don't even know where she was going to eat that. But then they come to the social media and they are the ones giving information to other people. But this doesn't work that way, right? I wouldn't take advice for such a person. Look, if you want to travel to any African country, make your own research, right? Of course, the information people give on YouTube and other kind of things, this is just their personal opinion, but they generalize it as if this is a general thing. That's why I show you the video of the white man eating fufu, right? You want to tell me this white man, his belly is okay to eat a Ghanaian food? Oh, so he didn't have a doctor. He didn't have a doctor wherever he comes from, when the doctor told him that, oh, your belly isn't good for Ghanaian food, so because your ancestors doesn't come from Africa, so you shouldn't eat that food. But you, as an African American lady, that your generation comes from Africa. I'm not saying that, every African American generation, they come from Africa, so they have to eat that. But the way she justified it, and I'm not saying whatever the doctor told you is wrong, but the thing is that there are white people that comes to Ghana, they cook Ghanaian food, they eat as a Ghanaian because they want to be as a Ghanaian, to see how it feels like, to see the energy and the happiness in that, and to exploit the Ghanaian culture. You understand? Yes, even the people who live in Ghana don't drink water from the tap, right? Which is a normal thing, right? It's a normal thing. They have a sachet water. Some homes use the sachet water to brush their teeth, and others use the normal bottled water to drink. Yeah, but even in Europe, nobody drinks from the tap water. We all drink from the bottled water. So what is the big deal about it? What is the big deal? I'm even sure most people living in the United States buy water from the supermarket. It shouldn't even be said, you understand, because it's done everywhere, right? But even in Ghana, they used to have some well water that comes from the floor there, which is even more cleaner than the normal water that people buy even from the supermarket. Maybe these days you don't see those things anymore, but it used to be. When you're traveling to a country, right, try to be open-minded. Just be open-minded. When you are going and you're not sure about what can happen, just trying to get yourself maybe some basic medicine, right? Some basic medicine that can, keep you, for some time. In Ghana, even in Europe, there's mosquitoes here, right? So there's mosquitoes. I'm sure even in the state they have mosquitoes. If they don't have mosquitoes, there is mosquitoes in this world. They're also part of the world we live in. But the thing is, of course, the mosquitoes in Africa, I would say, those ones usually carry sicknesses with them. So that's the differences, and that's how you can get malaria or something like that. Of course, but in Ghana they have very good mosquito spray. They have a lot of type of mosquito spray. I would recommend to you that if you have a mosquito, if you go to your hotel or you go home and you go wherever you're going to sleep, if you feel there's some mosquitoes there, you can go to the shop. They have a very good mosquito spray. You can get everywhere in Ghana. Every shop is very common. Or you can get mosquito coil. The mosquito coil is very good when it's a coil. Now, when you are sitting outside, for example, you have to do some work outside or something, you can light it, because there's mosquitoes that don't like the smell of it, so it also drives them away. So you can get that as well. But I'm not saying you have to get the whole bunch of medicine taking with you to Ghana. Why for? Are you going to cure the whole of Ghana? No, it's not necessary. There's some things that you take with you that are not necessary, and we have to start to be too obvious about the things that we do, because it's not necessary. Go with open-minded, go have fun, enjoy with the people. Look, Ghanaians are the most, most joyful and adapting people you can ever imagine. They're so great, and they love foreigners, and especially when they see that you're actually trying to adapt and try to live like a Ghanaian style. They love it so much, and they would welcome you with a great joy. But if you want to go there and live your life like still living in the state, you just drawing attention to yourself. Live your life simple. Enjoy your life. Have fun. Go out. But mind you, just be yourself, right? And don't go to the club and leave your phone at the bar where you get in a drink, and go to the toilet and come back and expect that the phone will still be at the bar waiting for you. This is common logic, because if I would go to a club in Florida and then I would go to the bar to get a drink and I would leave my phone there, and then I would leave the phone and I would go to the toilet. Coming back from the toilet, I don't expect my phone to be there, right? So if I do the same in Ghana and I come back and my phone is not there, why I have to stay stay on front of the camera and talk about, I went to a club in Ghana and the Ghanaians stole my phone. Nobody stole your phone. You make your phone, you play careless of your phone and your phone got stolen. It has nothing to do with the Ghanaian. But there's my issue with most people, of how they justify things when things happen. And the same thing that happened to the lady I talked about previously. So yes, go have fun, try to enjoy the culture, try to adopt yourself, try to, one tip I would tell you is try also as much as possible. I know that the comfortable way is also trying to, when you go into places, you want to take Uber and take all those Bolt, because, Bolt and Uber are kind of most common to use in Ghana, but we also have, a van, which we call like trotro, but of course we have the buses as well, but yeah, these are most common ones, This structure is usually good, it's kind of very fun way you could also, meet a local person, right? And easier to meet a local person, because what happened is, in Ghana, there's a lot of ways you can meet people, right? But to really meet a local person, and sometimes to get a bit interruption with a local person, which I think is very great, because sometimes they can give you some tips, which is very helpful. It's taking this structure, because when you take this structure, you have people, there are a bunch of people also sitting inside, and sometimes you can have interaction with them, and I think that would be great. And you can ask them some questions and things. They can even tell you some places to visit, and trust me, they can even tell you the nicest places to get a nice food, and I think it's great. Right, so today this is something that I love. I wanted to share with you guys. Please feel free to leave your opinion at the comment section. I love to know your opinion as well. As I said, this is just my personal opinion, and nothing strange at that, but I think that sometimes some issues need to be raised, and maybe the way we might think it is, or the way we might expecting that it actually what we're thinking might probably not be exactly like that. So I'd just like to know your opinion about this video today. Thank you so much. My name is Henry. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This year we're going to be talking a lot about Ghana. We'll be talking about places you can go in Ghana, some of the resort beach that you should go, and some that actually you shouldn't go. Trust me, you don't want to know what happened to me when I've been to this resort beach. Trust me, you don't want to be there. If you want to know the story, just follow me. When I post any new video, you will be first to be highlighted. My name is Henry. Thank you very much.